Hello, Ramen Nation, Chris Cobain here, and I'm bringing you, well, the first actual battle video that isn't part of the NPA in quite a while. First and foremost, I want to hopefully welcome, quite a few new viewers to, some of my regular viewer battles, which obviously my YouTube was, centered around for a long time. I think since the last time I uploaded an actual battle that wasn't NPA related, I gained like 300 or some subs, and we're up above 1,100 now, so thank you guys for that, I appreciate it. This video though is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do. I've done one of these before. This is a sweep video, which I've done, but it's a double sweep video. There's going to be 2 in 1. Now I do plan on getting out some regular viewer battles that aren't just sweeps and are actually really good fights, but this one really worked well for me because it centers around some of the new UU drops. Now, for those of you who play Smogon a lot, you'll know that Sylveon, Conkeldurr, and Celebi all dropped to the UU tier in the past few weeks, and this video really puts the focus on at least one of them, that being Celebi, as you're going to see here. So both the battles in this video are really actually good battlers, as you're going to be able to see before the sweep actually happens. They play each match pretty well. It's just one key mistake in the game really cost them the win here, as you're going to see. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the first match here. What this is really going to center around is Celebi baton passing into a M-Sharpedo. Celebi is just a really mixed bulk set with absolutely no speed, tons of HP, tons of defense, tons of special defense. I think it's like a careful nature, I believe. And Sharpedo is just a regular M-Sharpedo that's adamant. Keep in mind that he is adamant, because that actually is important, especially for this first match. So first up, we're going against a really phenomenal VGC battle. We're actually invited to Worlds this year, WyrmsEye. So he's going to lead off with Electros here, as I'm going to lead off with Swampert, which isn't really the best thing for me because obviously Electros can carry Giga Drain, really wide coverage on this thing. So I'm going to switch into Sylveon, who I feel like can eat up the hits the best here. So he does in fact go for the Giga Drain. This is actually a choice spec Sylveon who's almost max speed and timid to outspeed Crawdon. I actually make a misplay here and go for Shadow Ball instead of going for the Hyper Voice. I predicted the Metagross to come through in this one, which it did not, which is unfortunate. He's going to go for Acid Spray, which instantly lowers my special defense by 2 stages. Really clever play on his part. And I'm just going to have to Shadow Ball again and essentially just get absolutely decimated by Thunderbolts. So Sylveon didn't really do much in that match. Misplay on my part though. I really expected Metagross to come through. 2 Shadows would have killed it. That was the game plan. So I switch into Celebi right here now, and he's going to go into Darmanitan, which makes a lot of sense here, as I just fire off a Zen Headbutt to get whatever damage off I can, and it does a decent chunk, almost half. I don't even have offensive investment. That's just how frail Darm really is. So at this point, I'm going to predict a U-turn, because Flare Blitz is way too obvious for Swampert. So I go for U-turn to take up the least amount of damage, and allows me to, I don't actually have U-turn on this, but it allows me to at least make him think I have the ability to U-turn right back out. So he does make the correct play though, go into Metagross here, which obviously makes a lot of sense. I reveal the no U-turn to jump back into Celebi here, because well, what's he going to do to me really, because I'm really defensive. And this is where it happens, really. He's going to go ahead and switch out now, and his misplay here is to go into Mega Sceptile. So I don't really know what caused him to go into Sceptile here, but what it's going to allow me to do is go for a Swords Dance. And now, because I'm super minimum speed, and obviously Sceptile's way faster than Celebi anyway, he's going to outspeed me here by a wide margin. And he's going to hit, I believe he goes for Dragon Pulse. No, he just goes for Giga Drain, maybe predicting a switch. But what I do reveal here, because he doesn't know my set, obviously, is just to click Baton Pass. Because all of a sudden, now he knows he's in trouble. Because now, I'm just going to Baton Pass into Sharpedo. And keep in mind, aside from the Electros, his team is like max HP at this point. So, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and click Protect, because he obviously outspeeds me. So, he will make the switch. But I need +2 speed to outspeed this Darm, because a Jolly Scarf Darm will actually outspeed me at +1 because I'm adamant, remember. And we will protect a second time. Now, even if he had stayed in there, I would not have Mega'd on the Sceptile. I would have went to +1, been faster, and killed with Ice Fang right there. So it wouldn't have mattered either way. I had him no matter what he did. So I'm just going to Mega into Sharpedo here, and that's literally just GG, because I'm just going to go ahead and start destroying everything. So obviously Waterfall is going to murder him from everything. Remember, I'm +2 here, which is absolutely disgusting for a Mega Sharpedo, as strong as it is. He makes the switch into Crawdaunt. This is the one thing I was like, can it live? Because it resists all my hits. But Strong Jaw Man, Adamant, +2. I calced it. It did like, I think it was like 98 to 100 and something percent. It was like an 87, I think, percent chance to OHKO or something around that. So he goes into Metagross now. This is all worthless at this point. There's nothing he could do. Obviously, well, +2 is going to absolutely decimate a Metagross. It's Crunch, it's Strong Jaw. It might have OHKO'd from the get-go, potentially. Next, he drops into the Electros. Electros would have died to a +2 Crunch anyway. I don't know why I Waterfalled there, actually. Probably should have Crunched stronger, but whatever. Pick up the kill either way. Then he goes back into the Sceptile. I don't click Ice Fang here. I calced Crunch. It does way more than enough. It did like 150% or something ridiculous at +2, so absolutely annihilates that as well. And then I believe that leads into his final Pokemon, which is going to be the Sylveon. The one thing that I thought maybe could live, a Max Defense one actually had the chance to live because I can't Crunch it, obviously. It wouldn't do a lot anyway. But he is a more offensive set, or potentially just one of your regular Choice Spec set, which is most common in UU at this point. And we're going to go in Waterfall and take it out, and that leads to the first sweep. So as you saw, really, he played, it was a short game before that, but really he didn't make any misplays. He did everything he was supposed to. He just went into, I guess he didn't want to risk Garm. He didn't know my set, obviously. He figured he could wall me, hit me up with some Dragon Pulses, maybe predicting me more offensive, so that's what happens, and pick up the first sweep. So now we're just going to jump into the second one here. This is against a longtime sub of mine named Pokeboy890. Again, a really good battler, and you're going to see he makes some really, really good plays before the sweep actually happens. But he just makes one misplay that isn't even a huge misplay, as you're going to see. So in this one, I'm going to go and lead off with Sylveon, as he leads off with his Celebi. So I figure this is a good shot for me to just go ahead and start smashing something with Hyper Voice. He does make the switch into Escavalier here. And you're going to see how much this actually does. This is why Sylveon is so ridiculous. I do carry Hidden Power Fire on this as well. But you see that almost does half. Which is absolutely crazy because he's actually, I believe he's a bulky set with no offensive investment, I believe. I could be wrong there, but that's an absolute ridiculous amount of damage. So we're going to be able to make the switch into Swampert now, as he goes ahead and he doubles out. And I believe he doubles out into... is it the Sylveon? Yes. Yeah, he doubles out into the Sylveon, which is, again, a phenomenal play. Absolutely a great play by on his part, predicting that switch. It allows me to go ahead and switch out into Crobat, because I'm predicting that Hyper Voice, and he absolutely obliterates me with Psyshock. So, I mean, as you can see, I'm getting thoroughly outplayed. He's making absolutely amazing switches and plays on this one. So, he's going to go ahead, though, and make the misplay. I do go into this the Celebi because I am specially invested. He does know that. He knows he won't do a lot, and I threaten him, and he goes into Arrow, and I Sword Stance. And I mean, this isn't a bad play in general. I mean, look what Arrow's going to absolutely destroy me, right? I mean, he's going to have a Flying Stab, Aerial Ace, or Wing Attack or something, and I'm a specially defensive Pokemon. That's why he switched out of Sylveon. He knows that. I'm not physically invested a ton. He goes for Aerial Ace, and just barely half. It was just barely half, and it's like, but why? Why are you so bulky, Celebi? And it allows me to just go ahead and Baton Pass into Sharpedo. And what's he going to do here? I mean, really. And this is the play that wins me the game, actually. I don't Protect here. He makes a prediction for Protect. I cannot kill Swampert with 1+1 Waterfall, and then he can roar me out. I make a really good play there and decide to click Waterfall instead of Protect, predicting that Swampert to come out. A really game-risking play, but it works out because, like I said, a +2 Waterfall would not have killed from Mega Sharpedo, and he would have roared me out and ruined my entire strategy. So I made that risk on there. I caught him on it. He made a good play making the switch. I just made the outplay there. 100%, I think he made the right play. I think I would have done the same thing as well. But of course, now that I'm +1, I don't have to fear anything on this team. His fastest Pokemon is going to be that the Mega Arrow, who I am far faster than at +1. So now he just goes in S Cavalier, and it's just the same thing. What's gonna fight me at this point? So S Cavalier +2, no way. Maybe he had a chance at +1, but nothing. He goes into the Sylveon. I know his Sylveon is actually the same as mine. Choice specs, timid, built to outspeed. A Crawdon, which gives it next to no bulk, so I crit as well, for what that's worth. It didn't matter. He was gonna die either way. Next up, he goes into #broken, which I think is his crest. Yes, and this is... Oh, this feels so good. I hate Cresselia so much. Please die. +2, absolutely obliterates it. Awesome. This feels so good to one-hit a Cresselia with whatever it is. Then he jumps into a Celebi. Again, he's just got no chance here. +2 is absolutely going to just smash him as well. And I believe that leaves him with one Pokemon, which I think is just his Aerodactyl at this point. And obviously a +2 Waterfall will do more than enough to beat that without even trying. So, and that is going to be the second sweep. I mean, in case you didn't notice, there is a ×2 on that Sylveon up there, because I decided it would make more sense just to have that up there with instead of 2 different Sylveons. But that's it. 2 back-to-back sweeps by my boy Sharpedo. Like I said, I felt like this video would be really nice to really showcase. Well, showcase Celebi more than anything else, but all 3 of the drops into UU are absolutely great. Sylveon's been being spammed as a choice specs, and could very potentially be banned sometime soon, because it absolutely just obliterates the entire tier. It's disgusting. Celebi is so much utility. The Baton Pass is so helpful. Calm Mind Pass, Nasty Plot Pass, Swords Dance Pass, whatever you want to do, it works out really well. And obviously it's got a lot of offensive pressure by itself. With any of its sets, it's able to do a lot of work. And you saw how bulky the thing is. It's ridiculous, honestly. Mega Arrow is an absolute nightmare, and a Stab, super effective, strong, Tough Claws, excuse me, Wing Attack did, what, 60% or something? And the Conkeldur's just a Scald spam, stop Scald spam with that Gut set. So, question for you today, because I want to try to start doing questions with this video. Pretty simple. What do you think about the new drops to UU? Again, that's Conkeldurr, Sylveon, and Celebi. What's your opinion on any of them? Do you think they're broken? Do you think they're fine? How well do you think they're going to do in the tier and, you know, in the future? Or do you think Sylveon will get banned? All that fun stuff. Do you think Celebi maybe it should be banned for its great utility in baton passing like that? Like you saw, one mistake can lead to a sweep. So if you have any answer to that question, make sure you leave it in the comment section below. I'll be sure to check it out and drop a reply to you. Okay. If you're new, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel as well. I'd much appreciate that. And that is it for this battle, you guys. Hopefully, I can get to some more regular viewer battles here shortly. But again, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch the video. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video, alright? Alright, peace, Rhyme Nation.